Hi, my name is Sue Workman. I'm a special education teacher at Kearney Middle School right now. I've been teaching in Colorado for about 15 years, and I've mostly taught at the same school, but I've taught a lot of different grade levels, a lot of different subjects. Most of my career has been focused on literacy. I really love teaching reading. I've been a classroom teacher, I've been a reading interventionist. Last year, I was an instructional coach. And this year I decided to make the move to special education. I've had my certification for a while. I've been helping with testing and things like that at my school. But this was my first year doing full-time special education, and I really love it. I think that special education has given me an opportunity to work more closely with students and their families, which is something I like. I like working where I can feel like I'm helping the school connect with the community. And that's really what led me to your school. I think that you guys work a lot on building a strong and cohesive culture from what I've read and seen on your website. And so I kind of think that we have a lot of the same goals and might be a good fit. There are a lot of qualities that I think are important in a special education teacher, and a lot of them are the same qualities that's important for any teaching. One of them is to be able to work well in a team. Obviously, you have to work closely with the team in being able to work together to support all your students. And I do think I'm good at collaborating, and I like working closely with people. I also think that it's really important to believe that all students can learn and improve, which is always important teaching. But in special ed, you need to be able to really understand your students and build close relationships so that you can figure out what kind of supports they need, academic supports and behavioral supports in the classroom. And I also think it's important to build strong relationships with students, because sometimes students with special needs have their strengths and their different abilities overlooked, because it's easy to just look at the behaviors and the problems that you see. And so I think it's important to get to know students really well so that you can look for the things that make them special and the things that they do well. I have a student this year named Carlos, and he's just an extraordinary artist. And he drives his teachers crazy drawing in class all the time when he's supposed to be doing his assignments. But the truth is that he's got an incredible ability, and he was ready to really begin building a professional portfolio this year. And he wants to be a graphic designer, and it's just really means a lot to be able to find those things that interest kids. I have another student named Kathy that has a lot of trouble decoding text. She's reading on a first grade level, but her comprehension is so great, and she has such insights when she reads text that when she's given a chance to express her ideas verbally, it's really amazing what she comes up with and how much she can add to a discussion. So I like getting to know students well enough to be able to pick out those qualities. I also think it's really important to be organized, and that is a lesson that I continue to learn, especially in special ed this year with all the deadlines. That's been really important to stay on top of the due dates and when things need to be done. And that's a skill I'm always working on. I think that out of all of those qualities, that building relationships is what's most important to me. That's the foundation of everything we do. They always say that students don't learn from people that they don't like. And I think that one thing I've learned is, even more importantly, students don't learn from people if they think that you don't like them. And so it's important to find something that you can connect with and some way to bond to all of our kids, even the more challenging ones. A time when I've become passionate about learning something new. I've had a couple of big aha moments in teaching over the last 15 years. One of them was pretty early in my career. I had the opportunity to go into Patrick Allen's classroom, who I believe still works for your district. And I read his books, and I got to go in twice and watch him conferring with readers. And that made so much difference for me. I just realized the joy of talking to kids about what they're reading. And I kind of went crazy with it and spread it around our school. It wasn't too long before I could tell you by memory every book that every one of my students was reading. And it made a really big difference in my teaching. It also set off a passion in children's and young adult literature for me. So I started collecting books like crazy. I have a huge library of thousands of books, and I really find it important to be able to always match the right books with the right readers. And that's something that I've been able to get better at and improve my skill at over the years. Another aha moment I had was when I went to AVID training in San Diego a couple years with my school. I was teaching fifth grade and then seventh grade when I did that. And that was some of the best training I've ever had. And so I got really passionate about building students' capacity for academic language and discussion. And in the districts I've worked in, we've had a lot of English language learners, so that's been really important. And those trainings and the books and resources have been really helpful to me. I'm kind of known as the Queen of Socratic Seminar because I really like helping students reach their potential and discussing texts. And the great thing is that all students have the ability to do that no matter what their special needs are. And sometimes my kids who can hardly write anything and don't complete a lot of work, and we get frustrated, and then you see them in an academic discussion and they just have the greatest ideas and they're really able to add and participate and express those ideas without always having to do it in writing is really fun, and I really enjoy it a lot. So I feel like there's a lot more that I can say, but I'm pretty sure I've gone over 5 minutes. So I'm hoping that I wasn't too late with this, that I'll have the chance to come out and interview and see your guys' school in person and just see if we're a good fit. Thank you.